Hi, my name is Patricia Moore, and I did my paper topic over how non-Indigenous and Indigenous people use the Amazon rainforest and the differences between the two. According to Christina Mueller, author of Brazil and the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon covers 40% of South America and is home to 40,000 different plant and tree species, 39 billion individual trees, 2.5 million species of insects, and 2,000 species of mammals and birds. Now, just imagine how much resources you would be able to collect from 309 billion individual trees. And that is exactly what the over 33 million people and 60 different ethnic groups that live in and around the Amazon use the forest for. However, this is not an unlimited resource, and the materials that it can provide are running low. Luckily, there is much to learn through the comparison of how the non-native and native people use the forest's services, how they affect the forest, and how they give back to the Amazon rainforest they relentlessly take from. So first, let's talk about how non-Indigenous people use the Amazon rainforest. First, they clear the land for cattle ranches and farming. And then they take that lumber that they collected from the clearing of the land and trade it with other countries to make a profit. They also do this with oil since it is a cheap resource that can be collected from the Amazon. And the Amazon also provides a lot of mining opportunities for things such as tin, gold, limestone, and braxite. However, these materials come with a environmental price tag as well, and these materials can cause a lot of conflict between the people in the Amazon and have a lot of negative effects on the forest. The first negative effect is deforestation. According to William Lawrence, a professor at James Cook University in Australia, 40 million trees are cut down each year. This deforestation process can also release a lot of CO2 gases into the air. Along with the cattle, they will increase the CO2 levels. And since there are less trees to filter out that CO2, the CO2 in the air just increases, skyrockets. Forest fires is also another thing caused by the non-Indigenous people. Because of the deforestation, the interior forest that was once interior land in the forest, it becomes exposed to the edge effect, which is where there's drier, hotter, windier conditions, and this can result in fires in that location. The fires then can spread to the rest of the forest, and that puts a lot of smoke into the air and creates inconsistent weather patterns, which will then create a drier condition for more fires. And then, with all of that being said, biodiversity loss is another major problem caused by the non-Indigenous people. 137 living species are driven into extinction each day. And they also invade the indigenous reserves as well. If this mistreatment of the Amazon continues by the year 2050, almost 60% of the Amazon could be gone. And people are starting to realize this, and they're wanting to do something about it. So the ARPR, which stands for the Amazon Region Protected Areas Program, was created and launched in 2002. It set out to create new protected areas and strengthen existing ones within the Amazon. By 2017, it created 117 protected areas, equaling a total of 60 million hectares, which surpassed their goal in 2002. The Forest Code was also created, and Julianne Smith, a freelance writer, states that it was established in 1965 and required landowners of the Amazon to set aside 80% of their land for protection and regrowth. However, it was ignored until 2009, and in 2010 or 2012, it was required that land had to be registered under the federal law, so it was easier to track whether people were being compliant with the law or not. And the newest revision of this forest code in 2019 has decreased the percentage of land that needs to be protected, which can cause the Amazon to be prone to more destruction. With some of these things being successful, it is not enough, and there is much to be learned from the native people. So the ways the indigenous people use the Amazon is construction, food, and medicine. So they, according to Bradley Bennett, a professor at Florida International University, 88 different plants provide material to build shoes, houses, and permanent structures. They also build their own tools for hunting, such as blowguns, darts, and quivers out of the resources they collect from the wood within the Amazon. They also obtain their food through hunting, growing, and foraging, and there are tons of medicines that they can collect from the Amazon, such 245 medical species total, and 100 of which can be used to treat gastrointestinal ailments, and 98 can treat skin ailments. And then the ladies like to create hairspray and soap because us girls gotta smell good, right? And they can also have an effect on the Amazon. However, they offset this by doing a number of different ways. So the effects they can have is biomass removal. It can result in local extinction of species, but they don't allow this to happen because they plant seeds that they collect from species that they use often, such as the manioc, papayas, and sweet potatoes, and they plant those on designated trails, and then they take care of them through weeding, pruning, fertilizing, insect control, and protection from animals. So they have those resources for later. They also collect resources that are in an abundance, so it will not have that big of an effect on their small harvesting for firewood or for medicine. And then finally, they protect the sources that they use often because their survival depends on it. And 46 species the shrew tribe protect because of their medical and culinary uses. They also have a strong relationship with the forest, which can help them with offsetting these effects as well. The non-Indigenous people can take some of these resource management tools and incorporate them into what they're already doing to help better improve the Amazon's condition. So after comparing the Indigenous and non-Indigenous methods, it is clear that the non-Indigenous people need to change their ways before they destroy the Amazon rainforest and the native people who call the Amazon home. Preserving the rainforest often requires preserving its indigenous inhabitants and their knowledge first. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.